Hello, brothers and sisters. Thanks for joining me again. Today, let's talk about Lucy Connolly. And this is a little bit of an old story. It's in the BBC, and if you can see, this is one from May, and I was surprised I didn't find anything newer or more. It was hard to actually find things on Lucy. I think Google is hiding stuff from me, so I might have to use like Yahoo Search More and things like that, and because I think there's certain things Google doesn't want me to know, because I thought this would have been a bigger story than it really was. But here we go. PM defends courts over Lucy Connolly. So let's see what this is all about. And I actually do know what this is about, but let's read it and see. Lucy Connolly, a 41-year-old childminder from Northampton, was sentenced to 31 months in prison. Ooh, she looks like a real hard case. Scary woman. I wonder what she did to get 31 months. The Prime Minister has defended the 31-month prison term imposed on a councillor's wife for her online rant against migrants on the day of the Southport attacks. Lucy Connolly from Northampton was jailed in October for inciting racial hatred, and the Court of Appeal upheld the sentence on Tuesday. And yeah, that's actually the real problem. Let's just get right to it. In the UK, there is no such thing as free speech. What the government has done has created these very vague laws around inciting racial hatred, and what they are doing is it's so vague they can arrest pretty much anyone for saying anything or putting anything on the internet that the government doesn't like, and they just say they're investigating racial hatred. And sometimes they don't even put you in jail. They just like investigate, and it can take months. Like that couple in England who I think it was the husband was arrested because he wrote some mean things in a WhatsApp group, and the police eventually found there was nothing to see here. Move along. But it still took months of him defending himself. They're not doing it because of racial hatred. They're doing it because it's speech that they don't like. Let's just get right to it. If you say anything that the government doesn't like, go to jail. Don't pass go. You can say all kinds of stuff as long as you're on the left. And really the reason I'm getting to this story now is it was recommended to me by a commenter on one of my other posts, because just today there was a counselor who said people on the right should all have their throats cut. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said, and we need to get rid of them. And then he did that. And let's do a contrast. What did Mr. Jones do and say? So we know Lucy got 31 months for a mean tweet and saying we should burn down migrant hotels, which I don't think is a good thing. She shouldn't have said it. But let's see what Mr. Jones said in all fairness.
They are disgusting, nasty bastards, and we need to cull their throats and get rid of them all. I just want to say thank you all. I'm going to leave it now. And free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Thank you. God bless you.
So we need to cut their throats and get rid of them all. Okay, and he got nothing. Lucy got 31 months. How is that fair? Tell me in the comments. Now, I don't think setting fire to the hotel is a good idea. So I do think that is incitement there. So I can see that, but 31 months seems excessive. I don't know, maybe a fine? I'd have to actually read what she actually wrote. Her tweets have been deleted, so I have no idea what she actually wrote to look at that and decide what to do. Violence is never the answer if whatever your problem is can be sorted through the political process. You should always follow that and not resort to violence. The Court of Appeal ruled that her 31-month sentence was not manifestly excessive. Speaking in the House of Commons, Lowe said, "Does the Prime Minister agree that imprisoning Lucy Connolly, a young mother with a 12-year-old daughter, for one foolish social media post soon deleted is clearly not an efficient or fair use of prison?" Sir Keir Starmer said that sentencing was a matter for the courts, and we celebrate the independence of the judiciary. He added, "I am strongly in favor of free speech. We've had free speech for a very long time." That's what he always says. That's like engraved in his brain. "And we protect it fiercely. But I'm equally against incitement to violence against our own people." Well, I guess unless they're on the right, then I guess it's okay. if you're that other counselor, because then it's okay to cut people's throats, I guess. "I will always support the action taken by our police and courts to keep our streets and people safe." Lowe has said on social media that he has tabled a motion calling for greater use of community sentences and urging the government to ensure limited prison space is prioritized for dangerous, violent offenders, not young mothers like Lucy Connolly. He's also written to the Justice Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, to demand Connolly's release. So I guess the Justice Secretary has the power to offer her clemency under British law. Which and since the Justice Secretary works for the Prime Minister has it too. What do I think about all this? It's two-tier justice in the UK. This lady was probably said some really mean things that she shouldn't have said, and I'm sure she regrets in a rant, in the passion of the moment of hearing about those poor little girls killed at that dance class. And I'm not going to talk about any of that, the specifics on that, or this post will definitely get taken down by the UK. They really don't like you saying anything about what happened in Southampton. But I think the sentence is excessive. If you're going to give her 31 months, you need to give that counselor 31 months. Now, she made a mistake because I think she pled guilty, and some judge decided he was going to make an example of her. Where the other guy was smarter, he actually fought it in the courts and demanded a jury, and the jury looked at the totality and decided, he didn't deserve prison. And I'm not sure he does deserve prison for what he said. I don't think it was good, but the problem is the hypocrisy of the left in the UK. This woman gets 31 months for a mean tweet, about migrants, and the other guy gets nothing for saying, we should go, cut people's heads off on the right. Two-tier justice has got to stop. This is why reform is winning in the opinion polls. And I'm not a huge fan of Nigel Farage, but sometimes you got to burn the system down and start over. And that looks like what the people in the UK are doing. Is they're going with reform. It's a protest vote. You guys are allowing politicians with these soft on crime policies, and then on top of that, you're throwing the book at people on the right, which are your political opponents, and that's what they did over here to Donald Trump. So you guys are using the U.S.'s playbook, as J.D. Vance pretty much said, on censorship and politicizing crime and going harder after your political opponents on the right. It's 100% obvious, and tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. All right, that's what I think. Hey, if you liked it, give me a like and a subscribe. If you didn't like it, don't watch, and I'll do more. And tell me in the comments what other stories I should do, and if they're interesting, if I think there's something I can say that I'm interested in, I'll do it. Or if I miss something, if I get something completely wrong, let me know. And if it's enough, I'll do a follow-up to address what I got wrong. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will see you soon. Bye.